Now let's move forward with the global industrial sector looking to reinvent how energy is impacting mobility, food, and many other aspects of their operations. Now, this panel of executives of PepsiCo and Denso share their insights on the rapidly evolving future of energy. Enjoy it.
Denso first made an electric car, even though we're not an OEM maker. We first made an electric car in 1949 just to show the demonstration and ability of an electric car. Naturally, that was a little bit early for the market, but now the timing is certainly there. And really, a lot of the struggle comes down to getting the technology ready in time. You know, there's a lot of discussion right now about maybe a slowdown in demand or a decline in BEV, and I don't think it quite characterizes. I think that what is happening is, as a reality, once a person drives an electric car, they love the experience of driving an electric car. If you've not driven one, give it a shot sometime. They are absolutely amazing and fun to drive. And they have so many positive sides. The difficulty that we have is that if you think about new product introduction curves and how we get from the early adopters, where people are willing to make as few sacrifices that are significant but manageable to their lives, and get to the early majority. And really, there's been a big push for that, a little bit premature to where the technology was actually at. And that means that as a reality, no matter what legislation anybody wants to pass, consumers weren't willing to make the sacrifice that is needed at the current level. But that's just the issue to be solved, where we can back up and then really work through the technology. It's not very far into the horizon when you look into the future of where the technology is emerging, but we need to get charging times down, and we need to get range up. And the very leading edge cars that are out there are where we need to be. So certainly within the next 5 years, I think we're going to see a completely different place. But there's several factors that have to go with that we'll probably talk as we go. We've got the interest in regulations towards BEV before the technology, but we also have it before we've opened up the access to the raw materials that are necessary to realize it, and then the infrastructure that goes with it. These are not in synchronization yet. So even if we solve the car portion, we still have many, many obstacles in order to really realize it and bring the benefits.
Climate change, is impacting every industry. The food system space is no different. Within PepsiCo, we've adopted a business philosophy, an internal initiative that we call PepsiCo Positive, or Pep Positive. And it's something that really looks to put sustainability and social impact at the center of how we make, move, and sell our products. And it's something that I've really appreciated. It launched after I arrived at PepsiCo, but the way we approach sustainability being part of our business is something I've really appreciated having the opportunity to experience and see firsthand. Coming from government, I felt like it was very easy to be skeptical of companies when they put these types of initiatives forward. And I was listening in the previous panel, and there was a reference to ESG not even being a topic of conversation anymore because it's just so intrinsically linked into everything that companies are thinking about across their value chain. And so it's been kind of personally fulfilling to go on this experience of moving from the kind of philosophy of something that sounds like a good idea to fully internalizing and experiencing what it means for a company like PepsiCo. But PepsiCo's not unique. It's every company in the food space is thinking this way, operating this way. So for us, as we look across climate change and how we look to adapt and mitigate some of the impacts, we are looking at manufacturing, agriculture, packaging, transportation, vending and cooling equipment. Again, it's really across the full value chain. I thought it could be interesting to explore the idea of water a little bit in this conversation, not least because it's sitting in front of us, but also because it is, and this sounds very trite, but so it is essential for human life. It is something that we cannot live without. It's indispensable to every community, every ecosystem, and every economy. But there's also this growing appreciation for the fact that there is intense pressure on water systems, not just in water-stressed areas, but across the globe. And it's being exacerbated by climate change, by drought, by water pollution, by growing demand. And one of the things that's been really interesting to see about how PepsiCo, just as an example, has approached some of these issues is really looking at making thoughtful changes to things that sound small, but have this really big and really profound impact. So some of the ways that we're adopting sustainability approaches within our company looking at this water lens include everything from looking at how we're washing the corn that we use in our products. And the risk of going down the Forrest Gump listing out of our products, but this includes Doritos, Fritos, Cheetos, the O's that are beloved by people around the world. But by making this change, we've been able to create a system where we're looking to be able to save something in the realm of 650 million liters of water per year. We are looking at creating more of a circular structure for reuse within our manufacturing facilities. And that's kind of manifesting in two ways. One, just by looking at kind of waste runoff from our general products and looking at our general production streams and looking at how we can treat that water and bring it back into municipal processes. But on the other side of things, and this is one of my favorite examples, but potatoes are something in the realm of 80% water. And so one of the things that we've been looking at as a company is how we can take the vapor that comes off of potatoes as you're cooking them to turn, again, back into water that we can use in our manufacturing processes. So we're looking at capturing that vapor and using it to create this circularity and to support our manufacturing process.